There's this really great snack from northern China called Tanghulu. And as a chef, it's right up my alley. Not only because I speak some Mandarin Chinese, but also because it's really fun to make and it's delicious. Traditionally, this is made with hawthorn, but you can literally make it with any fruit, and it's the same process no matter how you do it. It's actually very simple. You make a mixture of water and sugar, and cook this down until the sugar retains very low amounts of water. You bring it to what's called the hard crack stage. This basically means that when the sugar cools down, it's gonna make a crunch if you bite into it or tap it. Think of something like the top of a creme brulee or a lollipop. All you need to do is bring the sugar to a certain temperature, and if you don't have a thermometer, I have tricks for you. I myself never use a thermometer. So today, I'm gonna try using a ton of different fruits you've never even seen before. Some will be more common fruits such as strawberries, grapes, kiwis. Others will be fruits that some of you have never seen before. And we'll think outside the box a little bit and see exactly what fruits work well with Tanghulu. The first box here is from my super cool friends at Miami Fruit. Whenever you guys have seen crazy fruits on my Instagram, it's probably from them. Wait, this is really weird. I think we have two boxes that are taped together. Hold on. I think I might be able to break these apart. So I guess I have not two, but three exotic fruit boxes. Let's see what's in the first one. To start, it looks like I got a couple passion fruits. This happens to be one of my two favorite fruits, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to Tanghulu this, because if you know what the inside of a passion fruit looks like, you know that it wouldn't be easy. Let me show you. I've just cut this one open for you to see, but it's basically just a goo inside. I got a few of these things, and I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys, I've got no idea what these are. So I'll put these aside as well for now. This fruit looks a little weird, or maybe it's just me, but this thing's kind of got a funny shape. And again, not sure what this is, so we'll toss it aside. Let's see what this is. So to the untrained eye, this is a regular apple. But if you look really closely, do you see anything unique? There's that light reddish tint under this apple. This is a rose apple. At least in the US, these are extremely rare, and I can't wait to try this out. These cute little guys are obviously mini bananas. You already know we're gonna Tanghulu these. Then, it looks like we got a nice little pineapple. I don't think I've actually ever seen a stalk of a pineapple that looks this beautiful. That's really cool. And last but not least in this box, we got a cacao pod. Now, again, something I'm not really sure you can Tanghulu, because even if you were to Tanghulu one of the seeds of a cacao pod, which is really watery and might be difficult to coat in sugar, you can't bite all the way through it, because you gotta roast that chocolate that's inside the seed first. So I might save this for something else. Now let's check the other box. To start, I can already see we got another cacao pod. This will make for some fun stuff later. Next, we got a young water coconut. And again, this is just gonna be my drink during this. I'm gonna hack off the top and it's gonna be delicious. More little mini bananas. And oh, what do we have here? This looks to be either a grapefruit or a pomelo. Is it pomelo or pomelo? I never know. That was a rhyme. We are definitely gonna Tanghulu this. This thing right here looks to be a sprouted coconut. And I happen to know that the inside of this is almost like a sponge candy that tastes like coconut. Not really sure what we're gonna do with this one, but I say we try to Tanghulu it. And then just a few more passion fruits, because you can never have enough passion fruit. Now let's check our other box. This is a tropical fruit box, so I'm really excited to see what's inside. This smells incredible. It reminds me of sitting down in a paradise island with a pina colada. That's what this smell reminds me of. First, we have rambutan, or at least that's how I think you're supposed to pronounce them. It's spelled rambutan, but I'd love any thoughts in the comments, because I know some different types of fruits are pronounced differently in different places. Next, we have a massive cacao pod, the biggest one I've ever seen. I mean, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. Next, we have longan. Or at least I hope I'm pronouncing that right. They come on this vine and almost look like grapes. These are from the same family as lychee, so I'm suspecting they'll taste pretty similar. We have one of my favorites, lychee. Again, if I ever butcher the pronunciation, just let me know, and I promise I'll say it right next time. This is by far one of my favorite fruits out there. Almost done, I promise. Now we have this pineapple, but this isn't just a regular, ordinary pineapple. This is a pink pineapple. So when I cut inside, this is literally gonna be a bright, glowing pink. This one is wrapped up quite well, and again, is something that I have no idea and have never seen before. This one right here is very squishy, and it's a star apple, but I don't know that this will Tanghulu too well because of its high water content. And last but not least, we have dragon fruit. These would be very cool to Tanghulu. And a white pomegranate, something that always makes me remember my Persian grandfather. Beautiful and delicious. So suddenly my stuff seems so boring, but I have blackberries, raspberries, some beautiful strawberries, a couple clementines, and some beautiful kiwi. Yeah, you can eat the skin, but I won't make you wait any longer. Let's Tanghulu. Let's start by cutting a few of these open because we have to be prepared. Bang. pink pineapple. Bet you never seen that before. How about a dragon fruit? I'm not sure how this is gonna work, but let's try it anyway. Quite honestly, even if it doesn't work, this has to be one of the most gorgeous fruits. So let's at least admire its beauty. Now for this grapefruit, pomelo, whatever it is. I just wanna lightly score the edges and actually remove the skin, because I wanna use those nice whole segments to try to Tanghulu it with less water content on the outside. I almost just want to Tanghulu this part right here. As for these beauties, I know there might be certain ways to eat them, but for this, I'll score just around it and then open them up. And let's see if I can Tanghulu this whole fruit right here. And yes, I know there's a seed, but I'll eat around it. These cute mini little bananas, I don't know if they're ripe, but either way, I'll peel the skin off and Tanghulu it just to get an idea of what banana Tanghulu might taste like, or how it would even work. For our kiwi, because the skin is edible, I think I'll use the entire kiwi. And you already know that with my rose apples, it's probably gonna look beautiful no matter what we do. Last but not least, the sprouted coconut. I'll use one of my other chef's knives to try to open this up. Don't try this at home. I think we're in. Just like I thought, it has a light, fluffy interior. It literally feels like this foamy cotton candy. Sort of looks like a cloudy souffle. And this has got to be one of the most unique things I've ever tasted. But I don't think it'll Tanghulu. So let's make that sugar mixture. For our Tanghulu mixture, it's very simple. 2 parts sugar to 1 part water. Which pretty much means if you have 2 cups of sugar, you'll need 1 cup of water. I'm gonna do 6 cups of sugar and 3 cups of water. So here goes my 6 cups of sugar, followed by my 3 cups of water that I'll try to spread out really evenly. Now, I'll turn my heat all the way up to high, or medium high, it's up to you, and let this cook till the sugar dissolves. Don't touch it, don't stir it, that could mess it up. Only once the sugar is dissolved can you start swirling it around a little bit in your pan. When your sugar reads 300 degrees Fahrenheit or about 150 Celsius on an instant read thermometer, you're ready to dip your fruit. The other way to test is to bring your sugar till it starts to get a light color. Once this starts to happen, take your dipping stick and place it right into the sugar and then immediately into a glass of cold ice water. Pull this out, and if the sugar cracks like a lollipop would when you bite into it, you are ready to dip. Let's add a bunch of ice. And this is our freezing bowl. And then fill it all the way up with water to make our hardening bowl. This is where we'll dip our fruits after we put them in the sugar mixture. Now let's begin dipping. And to start, I've always wanted to try it with a clementine. I'll roll my clementine around in the sugar mixture and make sure that it's fully coated. Then I'll immediately plunge it into my sugar water and watch it as it hardens and cools. You can now see that we have a really neat glassy mandarin orange. I'll set this aside because I'm gonna dip all my fruits first and then try them. Next, we'll dip with a nice slice of rose apple. Again, into my sugar. I'll roll it all the way around and then throw it into my water. We'll take it out once it's nice and hardened. Same thing with one of our mini bananas. In goes the banana, out comes Tanghulu banana. Now we'll drop the strawberry in, which I was really excited for. And you can see that these Tanghulu quite well. I also really wanted to do a nice piece of our grapefruit or pomelo, whatever this is. So let me give that a try. Plunge straight into the water. I gotta say, I think this one's gonna be a good one. In all my days of Tanghulu, I've learned that grapes happen to be one of people's favorite things to Tanghulu. This is gonna be a fun one. In terms of our dragon fruit, I don't want to mess this one up. Perhaps I can just peel off the skin and then just Tanghulu a nice big piece. Though I hate to say it, I think dragon fruit's a little too watery to do Tanghulu with. With my blackberries and raspberries, I'm gonna try to drop them individually into the sugar and then take them out and drop them into the ice water so that I can get them done without a hole in the side for my skewer. I couldn't help but do another clementine, and I have to say this one turned out perfectly. Now for rambutan. I'll take this little egg-like thing out of here, and I will note that it's pretty wet, so I don't know if it's gonna work. Just like I thought, the sugar will not coat to this, so this will not Tanghulu. You can actually see here that we've sort of made spun sugar, meaning the sugar is so delicate and fine now that it'll harden when I put it into these beautiful hair-like strands. It's actually really cool. Now fortunately, we're almost done because our mixture is turning a little too dark brown at this point. But before that, let's Tanghulu an entire kiwi. Once it has a nice big coating, I'll drop it in. I almost just Tanghulu'd with a sticker. Unfortunately, as pretty as it is, this pink pineapple's too wet to Tanghulu too. So this does not Tanghulu. If these are properly sealed, they can sit in the water as long as you want. As long as they're fully coated in that sugar, they'll be totally fine. Did you ever think these two fruits would make this sound? One more thing to note is the color of your sugar. This is about as far as I want to take my sugar. So long as it looks like the consistency of honey, you're totally fine. But after that, remake your sugar if you're making Tanghulu for a long time. People always ask this question, so I'm gonna answer it now. To get the sugar out of your pan at the end, it can be kind of tricky, but just simply do this a couple times and it's easy to get out. But if you just fill it with water and bring it to a boil, dump that out and then maybe do that a few more times, it should really only take 2 to 3. Your pan will be good as new. Don't try to hack it out with a spatula or a knife. Trust me, me, it's not gonna work and you're just gonna ruin your pan. Anytime something's stuck to your pan, chances are you can get it out by just boiling some water in it. It's a good chef's trick. I want us to take a look at some of the Tanghulu fruits we made. Tanghulu fruits, is that a word? First, we got our beautiful mandarin orange, which worked really well. I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10 for looks. Then we got this gorgeous strawberry. Again, it's gotta be another 10 out of 10 for looks. The fruit I think I'm most excited about is the kiwi, the whole kiwi. Because you know you can eat the skin, so why not just put the whole thing in? How can you not love these grapes? They clumped all together and they look so good. As much as I hate to say it, some of our more exotic fruits worked a little bit, but take this rose apple for example. On the skin, where it's waxy and there's not much water, it stuck really well. But flip it over and the Tanghulu really didn't work because the sugar was pushed away by that water and it didn't adhere. For some weird reason, I really want to cut this kiwi open, so let's try. It actually looks like we might pull it off. And there you go. Kiwi Tanghulu. All right, now the fun part. We're gonna try them. Let's start small. Raspberry, blackberry. Ooh. Okay, you wanna know the craziest thing about eating the raspberry is suddenly the raspberry seems so tart and not sugary at all. I guess it makes sense. When you coat something in sugar, that other thing, unless it's super sugary, is gonna taste kind of bitter. And that raspberry tasted really, really tart and not sweet, but I liked it. All right, this is the one I've kind of been waiting for. A good old strawberry. It's an awkward size. Do I bite it in half or do I one hit it? I feel like if you were here and you had the ability to tell me what to do, you'd say one hit it. So I'm gonna try. Oh. So other than cutting my mouth, I found out that strawberry is one of my favorite fruits to Tanghulu now. The strawberry has just the right amount of sweetness and that perfect flavor to go with Tanghulu. That's going to the top of the list for me. But I heard grapes are a fan favorite too, so let's give these a try. I'd still pick strawberry any day, but those are damn good. The dragon fruit Tanghulu just a little bit, so let's try that too. I'm gonna say eh. I never really liked dragon fruit that much. It just doesn't taste like much to me, but still pretty cool. Now we'd also be crazy not to try this little banana. Oh, I don't like that. That's the first one where I'm gonna go hard no. Banana Tanghulu, not for me. This clementine looks so cool, and I don't even wanna eat it because of how pretty it is, but we're gonna give it a try. Maybe a little too juicy, but really, really neat. Time for our kiwi. That's pretty cool. You know what I would do next time with the kiwi? There's these cute little things called kiwi berries that are exactly what they sound like. It's basically a kiwi in the size of a berry shape. They're about the size of a blackberry, maybe a little bigger. If I could do those and just pop them in one by one, that would be a treat. Now I know we got our rose apple, we got all sorts of stuff, but this is not a joke. I went to the dentist yesterday and I have 2 more cavities, and it's not hard to figure out why. I'm Tanghulu'd out for the day. Let me answer unequivocally, when it comes to fruit, does it Tanghulu? Absolutely. Comment what I should do next. Is it meat? Is it pastries? Is it desserts? I'll do whatever you want. Please remember to comment, subscribe, like, all those simple little things that help these videos keep going and spreading around to people that'll hopefully enjoy them as much as you do. I'm excited to see what you decide to Tanghulu.